Happy Friday and welcome to the doubleheader. I am NewsHour political editor Christina Bellantoni. These guys are already laughing, welcoming David Brooks and Mark Shields.
Thank you,
for
Christina.
The Sport of Politics and the Politics of Sport, usually hosted by Hari Srinivasan. This is my last week filling in for him for now. Guys, Hillary Clinton, she spoke yesterday. She's on Twitter. What does it all mean?
I wish I could talk about it. I can't. What surprises me is the process seems to be accelerated. I mean, I thought that Hillary Clinton really did need 6 months to decompress. I think she wants desperately to be a grandmother. From talking to people around her, and she has very little control over that that particular development. But I'm surprised. There seems to be an acceleration that she's moving out in public more quickly than I thought she would.
Yeah, I thought she'd start on Reddit, move to 4chan, then eventually get up to Twitter.
Getting
but she's
Vine,
going right into
Reddit
and Grindr maybe. I know. Tinder, I guess. I've always thought she was going to run. I mean.
Did you?
Somebody who had the good line. Somebody had a good line that running for president, okay, it's not going to be dangerous. It's going to start off sounding dangerous. It's like sex. Nobody ever just did it once and said, okay, that's enough.
Yeah.
I think it was James Carville who said that. And so once
Joe Biden's a good example of that.
So once
possibly.
they start
It
running,
wasn't the Dalai Lama.
No, it wasn't.
But
So
I will tell you this: Mo Udall, the legendary Democratic congressman from Arizona and erstwhile presidential candidate, had the best line. He said, "The only known cure for the presidential virus is embalming fluid." I mean, once you get it, once you're bitten, it's always there. And I don't care who you are, if you only run once, but you still keep running your mind.
And even when you have been president, like Bill Clinton, I mean, he's making a point to poke at Obama a little bit on Syria this week.
Boy, I'll say. A little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys are going to talk
They are.
about that on the show.
Yeah.
But Clinton Global Initiative, Hillary Clinton gets up, she gives this big sort of debut, and they say they're going to rename the foundation.
Yeah.
Hillary, Bill, Chelsea, all getting their names involved. I mean, do you read anything into that?
No, I guess she wants to have something active, and this is a good thing to be active in.
Sure.
So I think that's probably just what it
And
is.
in Bill Clinton's defense, which I've very rarely been accused of mounting, Rwanda was the seminal defining experience of his presidency in the sense of his regrets. I mean, he may regret personal behavior and misjudgments, but as far as policy is concerned, the tragedy, the terrible loss of life in Rwanda, and the fact the United States did not engage and did not intervene, I think will haunt him, and I think you see that in his position in Syria.
Why he's weighing in, definitely. So we actually have the perfect segue for the politics of sport tonight, because politicians went and played sports Thursday night. This was the annual roll call Congressional baseball game. Full disclosure, I used to work there. It's totally fun. But we had a very lopsided result in this game.
Wow.
You guys think the Democrats deserved
Well,
the
for the 5th
22-0
time in a row,
victory?
the Democrats beat the Republicans. This time they didn't beat them, they routed them. If there'd been a prize fight, the attending ring physician would have stopped it. It was 22-0. And Cedric Richmond was the Democrat from Louisiana, was the Democratic pitcher, and was apparently unhittable. But the Democrats ran up the score. They showed no mercy.
Yeah.
For a compassionate party, they showed very little compassion, just grinding the Republicans.
Hypocrisy. And it used to be the Republicans would win this thing. By the way, the importance, when you talk to members about this game, if you say, would you rather pass health care or win the game, most of them would rather win the game. They care about this
Big
game.
deal. The coveted roll call
Yeah.
trophy. They all
They
talk about
care.
it. They all show up. They wear their hometown team jerseys.
Yeah.
And, of course, we had this big storm threatening all night, so
Yeah.
people
That's
were worried
right.
to get called
Yeah.
off. So
But they
that's
raised $300,000 for the Girls and Boys
It-
Club.
Very
and
It's
for
gone
Good
downhill
Washington Literary
since
Council.
Jim
Good
Bunning
cause.
retired. When he would pitch,
Well, he was
throwing.
former
He was
professional
former
player.
through a perfect
Yes.
game,
Through a
but he
perfect
threw
game.
a little too late in his career. But he still had the technique he had in the majors, which was throwing at people's heads, and so he would do that in the game apparently.
Well,
At Mitch McConnell's head.
that's in a different segment.
Okay.
So quick little promotion, big deal. Next Friday, Hari's back, as I mentioned, and you guys are doing a live doubleheader, double the length.
Really?
And we're going to be live streaming it for all of you to ask your questions. So you can tweet at
What
NewsHour.
time is that next week,
This
Christina?
will be around 5 o'clock. We will do lots of
5 o'clock
promotion
Eastern time.
advertising. Yes. And live. So,
And live.
Yes.
Yes,
No
yes.
pre-taping.
From our
This is
studio?
From right here. Doubleheader Live is the hashtag you can use to send your questions to Mark and David, and it's going to
Wow.
be awesome. So thank you. Happy Friday. See you next time.
Thank you.